Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of us talking about things.
It's a thing that we're talking
Uh,
about.
yeah. This week we're doing my suggestion to Andy, which is Persona 4 the animation. Now, before he says anything, I love the Persona series. Like, I have played I've played Personas 3, 4, 5 like to death. I probably have like 200 plus hours on each game, and I've watched like every animation, like anime type thing that they've released for them. I've also been watching Persona 5 the animation, which has been coming out with new episodes. Not sure if it's done yet, but regardless, I love this series. Andy, you have not played any of the games, have you?
Mm-mm.
Have you heard of the series?
Mm-mm.
You've never heard of the series.
Uh-uh.
So, with that in mind, a lot of people don't like the anime because who've played the game because there's a lot of things with it. Me personally, I didn't mind the anime.
Fuck the anime.
Now, I was actually just about to say, Andy, as somebody who's never seen this, who's never heard of the series, never heard of anything of it, what did you think of the anime?
No. No. Hell no. Hell to the goddamn no. Did we get that across?
I had a feeling about this.
Okay, so like I made for like episode 11. Like I got through like the entire first what would be a season almost ish. Like
Did you at least get to Risei?
yes, I got to Rise.
Good.
But
She is best Persona girl. Internet, fight me.
but oh oh it is awful. It's okay. So my biggest problem with it is there is no goddamn tension. Like at no point do you think these characters are gonna fail. Like there is no point where you're like, oh, is Rise actually gonna get a persona? Like, no, you know this motherfucker's gonna like. They focused like 2 episodes on her. Like, she's not gonna just be killed off. Like,
Yeah. No, I completely understand that.
but like it drove me up the goddamn wall.
So the thing is the anime does a very, 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 very condensed versions of what goes on in the game.
Yes.
Like, obviously, the anime has to condense a lot more of a big RPG game. Like, you might like your first playthrough, like my first playthrough, I kind of knew what I was doing, but like just playing very casually as like a half blind playthrough. I beat the game in about 70 plus hours, and like so trying to condense all of that, and I didn't even do everything in the game in my first playthrough. Like doing that and condensing it down into a what is a 24 episode series,
Something like that.
very difficult to do.
Okay.
Like,
Okay. Like, my problem isn't like cool. It can be very difficult to do, but like if you're gonna do it, you have to do it right.
no, I agree. Like they did a pretty bad job when it came to like the actual like rescuing them, or like like when it came to the actual like story, it wasn't they did a very bad job of rushing it. Like in the games, it happens, you experience like the stuff that happens like before the kidnappings, everything like that. But then as soon as like they get kidnapped, it's one of like the tension is you only have a certain amount of days to rescue them.
See, and in the show, it becomes, it's like each episode, they do like an episode for each character, and it's literally the character gets sucked into the TV world, whatever. They encounter themselves, they go, no, you're not me, and then like half a minute later, they're like, oh, maybe I am a hypocritical bitch. Like, and then they have a persona, and then they're fucking fine. And I realize that it might get different later on because obviously it's a 24 episode series and there aren't that many characters, but like,
Yeah, because like it gets to a point where like when they go into the TVs, it's not like not everybody that they rescue awakens to a persona.
yeah, I understand that, but like for as long as that I'm almost 12 episodes in and they haven't gotten to saving somebody that's not a main character. Like,
Ah, you didn't get to a good ah.
okay. I mean, I saw Teddy getting saved.
Dude, Teddy's fuck like
Fuck
I don't
Teddy.
know how to feel about Teddy.
Teddy's a piece of shit.
Like he's annoying.
They should have stabbed him when they had the chance.
Oh, you didn't see Teddy when he goes into the real world, did you?
No, I didn't see that.
He's becomes like some blonde pretty boy because like he grows a body in his suit.
What? Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
He figures he might as well just make a body.
Sure, fucking sure. That's, makes fucking sense. Alright. Do you want the curveball? Okay.
Yes,
so,
throw a curveball at me.
So I was doing this, and of course this took forever for us to put out because that's how we do things now, I guess. So I'm like, I'm watching this show and I am pissed. I'm watching this show. Like, full on salty as balls. Like, I am not having fun. Right? And I'm all like, I don't fucking get it. I went out and bought Persona 5. I put way too many hours into Persona 5.
Wait, you actually bought Persona 5?
We're talking Persona 5 now.
Yay! Dude, that game is fucking sweet.
There are good and bad things. I will not give it. I will not give it a perfect score.
I would give it a 9.5 out of 10.
I give it a 7.
Really? Okay. So I'm still waiting for this curveball.
No, that was the curveball. I actually went out and got Persona 5 because I had no clue what the fuck was going on in this stupid show. So I'm all like, fuck this show, I'm gonna play Persona 5.
But this was Persona 4.
But like I was no, because I got tired of Persona 4. Like in the show, there is no tension. Like there's.
Did you beat Persona 5?
Yes.
Who did you choose as your waifu? This is an important question.
What's her name?
Who did you max out who did you make your girlfriend?
3 of them.
Oh, please.
3 of them.
Who was your first? Who was the first one where you're just like, boom, I'm making her my girlfriend?
That was what's her name? The Takami.
Wait.
Tay Takami? Takami? Yeah. Tay.
Wait, isn't she the doctor?
Yeah, the fuck Psycho Doctor? Fuck yeah,
like,
man.
like the thing is, I was thinking about it, I'm like, it was probably the doctor. I'm like, oh my god, it was the doctor.
Was the doctor.
I got it right.
Yeah, I was all up for that doctor. But
that's fine. You didn't go after mine.
But no, like I'm
Anna's best Persona 5 girl.
No. Not even close. Not even close.
Dude, my friend was surprised I wasn't all over Futaba.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, like, there's one character that's throughout the entire game, and I was like, oh, oh, like, this character's alright, like, she's kind of a bitch, but whatever. And then, like, all of a sudden you go into her world and, like, or her palace, and I'm all like, fuck yes, say.
Oh, Nijima.
Oh my god!
The
God,
casino.
that outfit. I had to hide the raging boner.
Sai is pretty awesome.
Oh man. That,
I love how this just went from Persona 4 to just gushing about Persona 5. The thing is Persona 5 improved a lot of aspects about Persona 4, and I'm hoping that the anime did the same thing.
see, the thing is, I'd like to say that they fix shit, but I don't believe them. Like,
Okay, one of the biggest. Okay, so going back to like the going back to the whole going back to the actual like anime. The thing is so you know from playing Persona 5 that you have social links with people.
yes.
Like there was the episode there was I don't know if you got to the episodes where they were in the summer vacation where you went and took a bunch of like part-time jobs because in Persona 4 a lot of your social links deal with the part-time jobs.
Okay, so I mean, I did part-time jobs and stuff, and
And also just like in 5 your like the social links with your party members were very 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 condensed in the anime for Persona 4, like the one with Rise where you runs away with her while she's still in like her work outfit and like she basically decides to like quit being like a star or whatever and just everything like that. That's like I'd want to say like rank up 3 or 4 in her social link
oh,
out of 10.
the the problem with the show is, why the fuck do I care?
Like it does not do a very good job of of explaining that.
Like, that is the epitome of my problem with the show. Like, again, did pretty good with the game. I was on board up until like the final like 2 bosses in the final area where I'm all like, this game I want to like toss out my window. But like, in the show you lose so much investment. Like, that's where a lot of the characters in Persona 5 I feel like I liked better, just because I could invest time into learning the characters.
Yes, and the same does go for like the actual game of Persona 4. Like you feel more invested in the characters cuz like you hang out with them, like build up your social links with them, learn about like their personal quirks and traits. Like one of the things is how did you feel about kanji in the anime?
Just dumb.
See, kanji is probably one of my favorite one like close to my favorite character in that entire in Persona 4. Like he is my favorite party member hands down. Playable party member. Rise
God.
is your Rise is your Futaba
I
in
fig-
Persona.
I figured she had the
She's better than
eye
Futaba as well, like her abilities and stuff.
she had the eye mask thing, so I figured she was pretty much
But
just there.
the thing is with with like going back to like kanji and stuff, like you just get the bare brunt of it, like but if you like going through his social link in the game you learn about kanji, like basically how the town and like the like people like the authority in town treats him as a thug and everything when like and how he's put on like this tough guy act to mask the fact that like he's actually into things that are deemed as feminine, like sewing and like just knitting and stuff like that.
That was one of the few enjoyable parts of that entire thing, was the moments where he showed up and was like, you're getting out of our tent because like we don't trust you at night, like.
All because his shadow.
And then he gets rejected by the fat girl that he ends up like the whale that ends
Oh
up like.
God.
Oh my god, I laughed.
Hanako.
I'm not gonna lie, that actually made me laugh.
Oh, dude, you didn't even get to the Kings game then. Oh, that episode is so goddamn good. Cause like fucking Naoto comes in and like they're in like a club and they're quote unquote drinking, but they're non-alcoholic drinks, but like it's the whole like environmental drunkenness.
Oh.
And like in the game, like you play as you, so like you choose all the dialogue and stuff. So it's so interesting to see how like what they have like you Narukami say in the show. And like just the shit that he does during the fucking Kings game is just so goddamn good.
Can can I just say that like just don't bother with the shows, just play the games.
Like
Am I wrong for saying that? Like
if you have the time, play the games. But the thing is
I'd
the
say,
games will take you a long time.
okay, but like here's my thing, right? Like I played Persona 5. I feel like I'm done with the series. Like, you know what I mean?
Each game is its own standalone thing.
So yeah,
like
yeah,
they're not linked together.
I mean, I realize that, but like I'm done. Like I don't feel any need to go back and play Persona 4. Like it's just not.
And you would be honestly, you would actually be a little disappointed because the like especially with like the dungeons and stuff, the dungeons are not as great.
Dude, I see. It didn't even matter at that point because like even if you had a copy and were like handing it to me, I'd be like, no, I put time in Persona 5. Like my time is up. Like I'm just not interested.
Yeah, my thing was I played Persona 4 like to death before 5 came out. Before they even announced 5 actually.
Like like if tomorrow they're like, you know what? Surprise, Persona 6 on the shelves right now. Go and get it. I'd be like, nah, I'm fine.
See, I would eat that shit up.
I realize you would, but like
I'd eat its booty like groceries.
I mean, I realize you would, but like for me, like one game was good enough. I just don't need anymore. Like
Which is I understand that. And you actually chose a good game to play. Like it like you got to admit like the game did a lot of stuff that that a show cannot capture.
yeah. But then that ending was fucking atrocious.
A 5?
Yeah.
Really?
The bosses were awful.
Like the final boss.
The final 2 bosses were awful.
Huh.
Just the epitome of shit.
Well, it followed the trope of Persona, which, like, surprise, like, it's in the anime as well. Like, surprise, the final boss fight for every Persona game is a god.
Yeah.
Like, it turns out a god has been pulling the strings of everything.
And
It's just that they've done that at least since Persona 3, where you had to fight the god of death, then you had to fight, then in the second one you had to fight, like, like Izanami, who she was one of like in like Japanese like mythology or something was like one of the creators of the lands and everything like that, another god, and then you had to fight like another god at the end of Persona 5.
See,
And it's just
it might just be that I wasn't spending my time correctly and like was just underleveled or some shit. But like the final 2 bosses, like, oh look, I'm gonna AoE your entire team, and then your first one to attack is the main character, your protagonist, and I anger him, so now he has to attack. Oh yeah, and I reflect all physical damage. So your character literally just got one shot again on turn 3 forever.
you must have had like a not very great Persona, because like yeah, it all depends on what persona you're using.
But that was just the thing. Like I was going through completely blind. Like
Yeah.
besides knowing the little bit I knew about 4 by watching the show for like 4 episodes and being completely pissed off, like I didn't know anything about it. So like going into it, I was just like this is like I was fine, everything was good, and then all of a sudden you get to a boss and the boss is not weak to anything and reflects physical damage and then it just became like a conglomerate of like okay, this is no longer fun. This is literally just I need to get lucky otherwise I'm stuck here grinding this fucking boss for 4 hours.
And that's kind of how personas are, is like it expects you to grind a little bit at least before every boss.
See, the weird
Be-
thing was is I never had to do that with any other boss, and then all of a sudden it was just like one after another. It was just like, cool, I'm just fucked. So I'm done. Like that was essentially what it was. Like
I think
cool, I got
yeah.
the investment out of the characters. Like the story was interesting. Not the best story I've ever heard of, but like it was all right. And
Yeah.
like there was
And
actual tension because like guess what? Your characters can literally get 2-shot. You can get party wiped in 2 shots
or one-shotted.
or one-shotted exactly. So it was like
Light and dark spells.
so like there was the tension, but like the tension wasn't fair from a gameplay perspective.
Yeah. No,
So
like I
yeah.
understand.
So like I got there, learned the characters, thought it was all right. I'm done. Like I'm out. Peace.
Anyways, we should wrap this up because all we've been doing is just talking about not the anime.
Well, no, that's why I said we're gonna throw a curveball in there because like again I couldn't say much about the anime because fuck knows I wouldn't be able to watch it. Oh, it was awful. But
Yeah.
then
Okay, so that's the thing is like if you play the game, like play the game first, if anything. Like
yeah,
that's my suggestion.
no, just play the game. Like if you play the game, you get the storyline 100 times better, and you get to play a game, as opposed to getting like shit parts of the storyline that don't like functionally add up to what you actually care about.
Eh.
Does that make sense?
No, like I said, I understand where you're getting at from that. It's just for me, it was like I was able to watch the anime after playing the game, and like I got like a little bit of an appreciation. Like I appreciate like what they tried doing.
See, I think that appreciation just goes to like how the game was and not the show. Like if you could completely subtract the show and like just have a better time playing through the game again.
Like
Because
yeah,
there is replay I don't know,
new game plus mode.
but like you could also like level up your relationships with other people, God forbid, you know?
That or you're able to max them out with everybody in one playthrough.
Oh, I didn't do that.
I had to do it on a new game plus.
Well, because
You need your personal stats upgraded.
yeah, that's fair. But like fuck
Like
Ryuji.
dude,
And
no.
Suki, I don't care. God, they were fucking annoying.
I'm trying.
Anne was annoying too, but like,
On?
yeah,
Fuck you.
she was annoying.
No, she wasn't.
Like
You fuck off. Anna's best Persona 5 girl.
yeah, but the Nijima girls aren't twats.
How is Anna twat?
Oh, I'm gonna make my heart stronger by you randomly insulting me. Shut up, bitch.
What?
That's in the game. It is in the game. At the very beginning, you go to like the first time you actually learn about like going out with people. Like you go to the park or whatever, and she's like, "I'll make myself stronger by you throwing insults at me, and I'll put him down, and that's how I'll make my heart stronger. And I'm all like, shut up, you fucking bitch. Like,
See, you were helping her right there.
I'm,
You called her a stupid bitch.
no, I was so done with Anne at that point. I'm like, I'm finding something else to do. I went and like worked for until like Nijima became a character that I could actually talk to.
Makoto.
I'm like, Makoto, Haru, like, please fucking save me. And then Haru,
I loved Haru.
I couldn't even talk. I couldn't even talk to her because I'm all like not proficient enough, and I'm like, fuck you, bitch.
I know, dude. It's so fucking funny because like maxing out your social link with her basically has her like it's you end up helping her break off her engagement with that motherfucker.
Oh
like,
my god, Sadaya was so good. Oh
like
my
that
god,
one, that one
was
like
so funny.
But here's the thing. With like you break off the engagement like with him and stuff and like basically whatever. Like I did that before like the one cutscene where it showed I think you getting like arrested or something like that.
Yeah.
And like it showed the scene of her riding in the car with him.
Yeah.
And like I had already maxed out her social link and like she was my girlfriend at that time. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing in the car with him, you cheating bitch?
Oh my god. So
Like I did it, I maxed her out before the cutscenes and it was wrong. Like it was wrong. Cause like she's not engaged to him anymore. I'm like, what the fuck?
You broke it.
Like, I broke the game series. I broke, like, the sequence.
Okay, so, like, things that I totally would have done if I knew about them beforehand, I totally would have maxed out Togo. Hifumi.
Oh, yeah.
I totally would have maxed her out first. And
for, like, the special things?
Well, like, oh yeah. But you were talking about who was my girlfriend, and I never actually told you. It was Ichiko. At the end.
I'm trying to think of who that was.
Because I maxed out the doctor first, but no, it was the fucking reporter.
Her?
Yeah.
I did not like her.
She's crazy, but, like, you get past it, and it's fine.
Anyways, we gotta end this episode.
We do?
Yes.
I thought we could just, like keep it recording. Like, we'll just leave it running overnight, like...
Dude, I'll gladly still talk about, like, Persona 5, but, like, we gotta end this episode.
Okay. So...
Because I'm hungry.
Alright. Play the game!
Play the game.
Play it. Just one of them. Don't go overboard. Don't be a Greg.
Or you could be me, because the games are fantastic.
Don't be a Greg.
All right.
It's a trap.
What are you giving me next time?
Oh, you.
Or do we want to just make it a surprise?
No. Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid.
I've heard about it actually. I've seen GIFs and stuff from it.
That's what you're watching.
All right.
And maybe it won't take us forever to make an episode because I won't have to sit through a 100-hour game.
Fair enough. Alrighty. Join us next time, guys. Bye.
Yeah. Bye.